Hey everyone, and welcome to my first craft video of 2020. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and a great new year. I'm sorry I've not been replying to people's comments. Unfortunately, I've not had the best Christmas or New Year. I wasn't well over Christmas, and then my mum got took into hospital on New Year's Eve, and I've spent the first 5 days of the year in the hospital with my mum. So she's doing a little bit better. She's still not right, but I'm finally home and I managed to get some crafting done. So for today's craft, I'm using 2 tubs that I got some candles in from Poundland over Christmas, and these are just cardboard tubs. They have a top that slides off and then the base, and I'm going to be using these as the base of the craft. And then I'm also going to be using some A4 white card, and this is to just pop around the edge of the box so that it's easier to paint, and you'll need some paintbrushes. And then I'm going to do mine in acrylic black paint, and this is because I want it to match my bathroom, and I'm using some of the shimmering metallic spray paint from Poundland as well to paint the toys that I picked up. And again, these are from Poundland. It was 2 in a pack for £1. I got the lion and the giraffe, and yeah, I'm really excited to give spraying painting these a go. And then I was going to use a mixture of different things to decorate. I picked up some of the ribbon from Poundland and I didn't use it, but I did use some small white flowers. And then I used this thick gold ribbon again from Poundland and some green leaves. And these are just small leaves that I got from my local markets. And then I was going to use some of these gold placemats, but in the end I decided to leave that out. You'll also need a glue gun, a pair of scissors, a pair of tweezers, and I think that's it, guys. So we'll get into today's video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tubs that the candles came in, and I'm just going to mark around the base of the lid so that I know where I need to paint. I don't want to paint the whole thing on the bottom because I'm going to be sliding it in and out and I don't want to scrape all the paint off. So I'm just going to mark where the end of the lid is, and I'm just using a pen to do this. And this is just so I know that all I need to do is paint the small section at the bottom. And I'm going to do that on both. So I'm going to mark it all the way around and I'll be back. So I've done that. I've marked all the way around the bottom of the cardboard holders. And now we can start to put the card around the outside of the lid. So I'm just going to measure with a ruler where I need to mark my card, and it's just under 3 inches. So I'm just using a ruler and a pen to mark just under 3 inches all the way down the card. And then drawing a line where I need to cut. And then just using a pair of scissors, I'm just going to cut that. And I'm going to do 2 of these because we've got 2 tubs. And this is just so I don't have to do so many coats of paint. But I'm just going to use a glue gun and glue that into place. And then I'm just going to continue all the way around. Just adding a bit of glue at a time until I get near the end. So I'm near the end and I was just going to trim off the excess, but it doesn't overlap that much. So I'm just going to actually just stick the rest of the card down, again using the hot glue gun. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the other one so that the 2 lids are completely covered. So now that they're completely covered, I can start to paint. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the bottom bit underneath the line that we drew around the edge, and I'm going to also paint the base. I'm going to do 2 coats, and I'm going to do that on both of the holders. And then I'm going to do 2 coats and paint all of the card that we just glued around the outside of the lid as well. I'm going to leave the top for now. I'm just going to concentrate on the sides. And I'm just using a basic black acrylic paint that I got in a set from B&M's. So I'll do 1 coat, let it dry, and then I'll do another coat. And then I'll be back. So I just wanted to show you these quickly, guys. These were at the bottom of the toys, the lion and the giraffe. And I'm actually going to keep these because I've got an idea for what I'm going to use them for. I like to try and use as much stuff as I can. When I get things, I don't like throwing stuff away, as I'm sure you all know. And yeah, I've got an idea for these for my miniature village. So I'm going to keep them to one side. And now I'm going to spray paint the the lion and the giraffe. So I'm going to spray paint them in gold. I'm going to cover both sides, underneath and all the way around, and make sure they're completely covered. So while they're drying, I'm now going to pull off these pom-poms off the top. They were a little bit tricky to get off, but I just pulled off what I could and then used a pair of tweezers to pull the rest off, and the glue as well. So I'm going to do that with both of them, and then once I've taken the stuff off, I'm going to do 2 coats and paint the top bit that we've left and leave them to dry. So everything's painted, and now we can start attaching the toys to the top. So I'm really happy with how they came out with the spray paint, and I'm just going to use some hot glue now to attach them to the lids. So I just want to make sure that they're in the center, and all I'm going to do is add some glue to the bottom of their feet or hooves. And then I'm just going to pop that into place where I want it. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the lion. And then I'm just going to leave them to dry. And I'm not going to use these to pull the tops off the boxes because it'll just fall off. So when I open them, I'm just going to open them from the bottom like I have been doing. But I'm really happy with how they look at the moment. And now we can start to decorate them. So I'm going to use some of the thick gold ribbon, and I'm just going to put a band of it all the way around the outside. I'm just going to start at the back where the card finished when we glued it down. And so I know that they're at the back. And I'm just going to use a bit of hot glue at either of the sides. Like so. And then I'm just going to work my way around, adding glue on either side of the ribbon and then gluing it into place until I get round to the other side. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the other one. Just making sure it's nice and tight and flat around the lid. So the ribbon is now in place and I'm going to add some little green leaves. So I'm going to do these in sets of 4. So I'm just going to cut off 4 small leaves from one of the branches. And I'm just cutting them at the base of the leaf. So I'm just taking 4 of the small leaves. And now I'm going to start in the center at the front and I'm going to glue the 4 leaves in place. So I'm going to take the first one and just use a small amount of glue. And pop it in place, and I'm going to do these in sets of 4 and then leave like an inch gap and then do another set of 4. And I'll pop the other 3 in place. So I've got my 4 sets of leaves, and then I'm going to add one of the white roses in the center. And I'm going to take the leaves off these as well. So I've just got the white rose and I'm going to add a little bit of glue at the base of the rose and then stick it in the center. Like so. So like I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 5 on each. I'm going to leave 1 inch gap and then do another 4 leaves and another rose, and I'm going to do exactly the same on each one. And then once I've done that, they are finished and I'll show you what they look like in my bathroom. So here they are, they're on my cabinet and I'm so happy with them, and I've done these and they're just the right size to put lipsticks in. So I'm going to put all my lipsticks in them, and I wanted them to match the boxes that I did last year and also obviously my bird cage. So yeah, really happy with how they turned out, and I'm hoping to get the bathroom finished this year, guys. I've still got a few projects that I want to do for the bathroom, but I love how the toys have turned out once I've spray painted them gold. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and it gives you some ideas of what you can do if with a little bit of spray paint. And yeah, I will see you on Wednesday for Wednesday's craft video. I've got some shelves that I want to make, so yeah, that's going to be quite interesting. I'm looking forward to doing that tomorrow. So take care for now, guys. Hope you're all well and I'll see you all soon.